Your actions have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 3 and the Dartmoor Garden Show. And today we'll be covering the Danger Challenge, which entails electrocuting 5 of our targets. Now this can be quite tricky because of the randomness of the selection of targets. So we're going to go through this either in deterministic mode for our first 3 targets, but unlike the picture describes here, I will be going through the main escalation. The only items we'll need really will be a coin and our gun. So we're going to start off here at level 1. Now we have to electrocute 5 targets. Now of all of our targets, there are 4 competitors and 3 judges, and there are only 5 that can be viably electrocuted or successfully electrocuted, mostly with a silent assassin rating. I do mess up one of them. So we're going to run down the left hand side of the property towards the churchyard area, and just as we get over to that sort of section of the map, we will find a gardener fishing, and we're going to render this gardener unconscious and drag him in the bushes, and we're going to take his outfit. Now as I mentioned, you can do some of this on deterministic mode, which will highlight all of the contestants as targets, although you will have to eliminate a target then reset, then eliminate a target then reset. Or you can do what I have done, and that is go through the escalation as normal with the default starting mode or location, and just keep restarting until you get the desired targets. So for the first 3, that's what we're going to do. I am, as I said, going to be using the main escalation level. So once we have the gardener's outfit, we're going to make our way right into the garden center area and pass to the far side of the building, where we will grab a screwdriver. We're then going to take that screwdriver into Evelyn Crane's garden exhibition, and just at the back of the gazebo we will find a tap which we can turn on without anyone bothering us because we are a gardener. And just to the left of that we will find a lamp. So when Evelyn comes along to investigate and turn off the tap, we are going to sabotage the lamp, and that will get us our first electrocution kill. Now don't worry if you fail and have to start again. These are accumulative kills. So once you've got one, that's it, it counts, and you can't kill the same target 5 times. So with level 1 complete and 1 electrocution kill taken care of, we're going to move on to level 2, and we need our next 2 targets to be Mammon and Golshin, or Golshwin. I can never quite pronounce his name correctly, so if you don't get him or them for your level 2, just restart until you do get them both, or again use deterministic mode to eliminate each of them. So luckily for me, when I began at level 2 I thought I was going to have to restart a few times, but it has given me both targets immediately. So if you have both your targets, or if you're using deterministic mode, these techniques are exactly the same. We're going to enter into the property itself, make our way around to the right of the building, and just around by the kitchens we will find a car battery, and we are going to take that car battery around to the garden show area, and we're heading for what I like to call the Marrakesh exhibition, which is this first one here with the tiled garden and the fountain. And then just in here, make sure that the target or Cornelia Stuyvesant isn't around, and we're going to turn on that tap there, and that is going to turn on a hose and a sprinkler just here. So we're just going to go and turn that off again. Now there's a big puddle. You can leave it running if you wish, but it could interrupt your target. They will come along and investigate it before standing in the puddle. So what we want to do now is just make our way over to where this palm tree is so that we can see into that inner area, and we're going to line up our shot about there, and when our target comes into the area, we're just going to throw the car battery into the puddle. If the target isn't in the puddle already, he soon will be, because he will go to investigate and electrocute himself. So that is 2 electrocution kills taken care of. We've already covered our next kill in the main run through of the escalation for Dartmoor. So we're going to make our way around to the rear of the stage now, where we will find a second car battery, and we're going to now head over to the church and graveyard area, and we are going to take on the Prince of Darkness herself, Mammon. So we're just going to run around the edge of the property until we come to a man leaning against the wall, and just behind him we find a hose pipe and a tap. We're going to turn that tap on and then immediately move away and into the bushes. There is Mammon, so we may just be able to get away with this relatively quickly. She will stand in the puddle, and we throw the battery in the puddle, and we get our 3rd electrocution kill. Now that one won't count for me because we've already electrocuted Mammon in the previous video. So we only have 4 to take care of, but I'm going to show you all 5 anyway. So that is level 2 taken care of, and the end of our use of the deterministic mode. From here on out things do get rather tedious. This actually took me 13 hours to record, because for level 3 we have 2 judges to take care of out of the 3, and if your judges is not Cornelia Stuyvesant for one and Sebastian Sato for the other, you will have to complete level 3, go back, reset the arcade and do the whole thing again until you can get either or both of those 2 targets. This is what I was holding out for, and I spent hours completing this and restarting it until I got Cornelia Stuyvesant and Sebastian Sato as my 2 targets. So for this one I strongly recommend that when it loads up for level 3, if you have one of your 2 targets, go ahead and electrocute them, complete the mission, reset the mission, then go through it again until you get your 2nd target. Otherwise you too could be sat there for many hours completing this escalation over and over again, and for quite a while not receiving your final target, which for me was Cornelia Stuyvesant, who we are going to go for first of all. So we're going to run down the side of the building like we would do normally. We're going to grab up the car battery from the outside of the kitchens area. We're going to make our way into the Marrakesh garden, and just as we did with Gershwin, we are going to take out Cornelia Stuyvesant in the exact same way. So we're going to turn on the tap, let it run for a little while, turn it off again, position ourselves just outside of the inner sanctum area, just by this palm tree, line up our shot. That looks good enough. Yep, that will do. And await the arrival of Cornelia Stuyvesant, and she will bend down and investigate the flower beds. She may even talk to someone, I believe. And eventually she will make her way down into this area, and she will stand in the puddle. And if she doesn't, we can just throw our car battery anyway, and she will go to investigate it and then step into the puddle. Down she goes. So 4 electrocution targets down, with 1 more to go, and our final target is Sebastian Sato. Unfortunately, Lucy is not a viable option. I do believe there is a way to electrocute her, but it's just not really a viable option. You're in way too many people's eye lines. So we are going to make our way out of the Marrakesh garden to the back of the area here. We're going to drop a few coins over by the shredder, which will lead the now approaching waiter away from his cigarette break and past the garden shredder there. And when he goes to investigate the coins, we're going to render him unconscious and take his outfit. As you can see, Cornelia Stuyvesant is just being hauled away, so my timing couldn't really be any worse. So we need to stop this waiter from returning to his duties. Now, it's fine for him to go and have his cigarette. That will take him a few moments, and hopefully our target, or our ex-target, Cornelia, will be safely out of eye line. Now, just be aware that the guard is going to come back this way. I am just trying out a method, so it would appear that that will work. Hopefully we've interrupted the waiter and he will go back to his cigarette, which he is. So to avoid all of this, all you have to do is just wait. So once the guard has turned and walked away and gone back to his usual routine, we are now going to take our coin, throw it just down by the wheelbarrow here against the wall, and that will attract the attention, as we've discovered, of our waiter friend, and we can then get behind him, render him unconscious. We're going to hide his body in the shredder and resist the urge to turn the shredder on. I have failed that urge a few times, especially over the 13-hour recording sessions. So once we've got him safely stashed away in the shredder, we're going to take his outfit and we're going to make our way over to the stage area. We're actually making our way right past the stage area. We want to make our way all the way around to the far side of Carlisle Mansion, pretty much back to the main entrance. Now we're going this way because there are no enforcers this way. If we go the other way around the building, we will encounter a couple of enforcers, I believe. So once we get back round to the fruit market area here, we're looking for a large white van, and that would be this one just here on our left. We're going to open the side door of the van, and inside we will find a microphone and a wrench. We're going to take the microphone, we don't need the wrench, and then we're going to retrace our steps all the way back around to the garden show itself, and we are going to approach the stage. So like I said, this third and final section of the escalation can be tricky, especially if you don't get Stuyvesant or Sato as your target. You can't just restart, it will just keep giving you the same 2 targets. You have to complete the entire escalation, reset it, and start again, unfortunately. So once we get back round to the stage, we can then swap the new microphone for the old unstable one. We're going to turn up the voltage on the amp behind us, and we're going to move away a safe distance, and eventually Sebastian Sato will make his way up onto the stage, and after milling around for a while, he will approach the microphone and he will get us our 5th and final accident kill, and that will get us the Danger challenge. So all that's left for us to do now is to make good our escape, and I believe that is all of the challenges now taken care of for the Dartmoor Garden Show. It was quite enjoyable up until this particular challenge and finding out just how difficult it can be to get your targets to load. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.